Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play session number 6 of our Mass Effect Collision RPG campaign. We had a pretty jam-packed session 5, so
People
it's going to...
died.
Yeah, people died. If you check it out, if you haven't yet.
Way to be Captain Blunt.
And what we're going to do is see what the aftermath is and continue moving the story along. So, because you guys have just finished a major, I guess, side
Skirmish.
story, main quest, whatever. If this was in BioWare terms, then it would be one of the main quests, I guess, for the main storyline. I wanted to take a bit of a pulse, a character pulse. Pretend that your characters is writing on a diary or a journal. This is very similar to what I had the players do in the Dragon Age RPG campaign, if you remember that one warm-up. I just want to get an idea of what is on your characters' minds at this point of the story. What are their thoughts or feelings about the events of the story so far? What are their thoughts and feelings of the other characters, not only the PCs necessarily, but maybe the NPCs? Just to get an idea of where your character is at this moment, especially if it's something that may not necessarily come out naturally in natural conversation, but might be important or interesting information to know about the inner psyche of your character at this point in time. So if anyone wants to begin, go right ahead.
I'll try to do that, like, kind of in character, kind of like in our room, kind of doing like a vlog type to herself. So this is kind of, I guess, maybe after this first mission, or we have like a certain time.
You guys are. This is the moment that you guys are leaving Tuchunka and heading to Invictus, which I assume
Okay.
Cicepia has a lot of thoughts
Yeah.
about going to Invictus.
Okay. Whew. This is gonna be a lot to put down. Never would have thought that, being on this mission, learn so much, even about myself. In fact, going back to my own home planet, it's gonna be reliving some awful memories back there. For the crew right now, I have mixed feelings about each one. Sync seems to be very passionate, but sometimes that emotion can affect his decision making from what I've seen. Anar, I've seen very capable in battle, but don't know if I don't know how serious he can be at times. Tends to goof around a bit. Arkara, I already know that she tried to kill me in her universe. Don't know how well I can truly trust her. Mercenary types, I guess. Elias is probably the only one I think I can trust the most so far. Mostly just, I guess, knowing most of his stuff is public record. During this journey, it's been quite an awakening, finding out a little bit about myself each timeline. I like to think that I've put myself in a moral high ground, my sense of justice and stuff like that. Though past decisions of mine have made me question that. When I try to use that singularity to try to kill him, and put those Solarians at risk, it makes me think how much more like I can be to my other selves, how much I'm willing to go to reach certain goals. It makes me wonder if I can truly trust myself. And now we're going to be going back to Invictus. That planet is certainly pretty much a waste dump back there, just full of a bunch of scum, and not fond of having to go back there. Been a huge things going on. And see.
Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yay!
So, mine's going to be, he's just going to turn the page and write in Beatrice's journal.
Aww.
So here goes, I guess. Dear Beatrice. Well, first I'll just make things really short and sweet. I died today. I'm not too sure how these people managed to bring me back to life. I didn't know they had medical expertise, but I guess I'm lucky or cursed, one of the two. These past few weeks have been very strange. Traveling a universe, or multiple universes, is something I've never thought of myself doing. Well, I don't know why I'm doing this, but it just feels right. It feels like I have a purpose again. I haven't had that feeling in a long time. The people I've met along the way are people normally people I don't tend to talk to given normal circumstances. Landing on Tuchunka, I didn't trust a single one of them with my life. Yet as we dust off and take off from this rock, I trust each and every one of them to take care of me. I hope they feel the same way. Well, I think I finally figured out a way to finish my research. I think I finally figured out a way to bring you back. It's going to take a little more time. Hopefully I'll have the opportunity to research more, but I guess we'll just see what time it brings us. You know, I met someone in my Honor of Travels, a CSEC officer. She's probably the one I trust the most right now, which is kind of surprising to me. You know, when I first met her, I thought she was nothing but an ass. However, when I open my eyes with new life, she's the first person I see. She's got my trust, and I'll watch her back as best I can. Out of character, real quick. I'm sorry. Do you think by now Sync would know everything that happened on Tuchunka with him with Cicepia freaking out over Octavius's death?
I don't think he's no.
I mean,
don't think he's-
if we're on our way to Invictus, maybe he's been informed, like kind of been informed of what happened on Tuchunka.
or
Maybe at least the.
I think that he is still recovering from his near-death experience. So
Okay.
whatever information that you guys have has not been transported to Sync yet, because he's probably been still resting.
Okay. I just
So.
was curious. Let's see.
And yes, hashtag Cicepia.
Yay!
Well, I guess now I'll just recover and continue my research and bring you back and hopefully get to look in your eyes once more. Until we meet again, Alabon.
Anar is just going to be a video thing, feed. It's going to be him sitting on top of the mech, initiating repairs. He's also going to be very purple, in some blotches of purple, because he got banged up really bad. Maybe a bandage or two. He'd probably be, as soon as it starts up, you see two tentacles like fixing up a camera, wiggling it back and forth. Is this thing on? Hello? Seems recording. This one doesn't normally do this sort of thing, but it's probably a good thing to keep a record just in case. This one understands it can help keep sanity sometimes. At this point, you'd hear some squeaking in the background. He'd lean over the edge and look down and say, "Yes, fix the damages over there." Pipsqueak is currently working on the backside of the mech. Little drone's been pretty handy when this thing gets pretty damaged. Not sure what the date is, but this is just after the Tuchunka incident. In this one's personal opinion, it was a complete failure, at least from this one's aspects. It nearly wasn't able to hold up the line as it needed, nearly almost got the team killed, nearly almost messed up everything. Didn't start out very well when it couldn't even establish proper communications. if this one's going to be completely honest with itself, it's wondering if it's even capable of... He pauses for a second. It doesn't matter. This one's in it for the long haul. They'll have to do it the best it can. If anything, it's more worried about the Krogan. She is definitely shaken up from recent events. May have to bring over one of the spare bottles of booze this one has got as a... You know what, this one doesn't even know anymore. He starts rummaging through inside his mech, pulls out one of his drinks and starts looking at it. Yeah, this one might do. Anyways, he tosses it back in. He brings up a digital scan of the mech, checking its progress. Mech damage is sustained, but this one is currently issuing repairs while everybody else is doing their thing up there. I believe we're heading towards the Quarian world of our CSEC officer. At least that's what this one believes. Honestly, it tries to stay out of all the decision-making as much as possible. I'm not really sure how much help it would be. It's just a hired gun, after all. He then dips down his head a little bit and silence, and then he'll say, "It misses Trissy a lot. If you were watching this, this one is having a hard time moving along without you in more ways than you can realize. This one trusts everybody else on the ship. Even the lounge singer is actually starting to grow on this one. Not that this one ever had a problem with him, it's just never liked the kind of music." At this moment, he actually jerks his head up and looks around, as if he just heard something. With a shaky tentacle, he reaches down and pulls up a vial, and he's trying very hard to screw off the top, and he's like fidgeting around, then he starts chugging the contents. And then he looks back at it and says, "Empty. Personal note. Need to go see the doctor for a refill." And then he tosses it. This one can't do this. And he starts rapidly turning off the camera as fast as possible. End of feed.
Okay.
Yes, I was supposed to be cryptic.
Nice.
Okay, video log 457 Alpha/Acorn.
Nice.
Hi, extranet. I've been on this journey, road, flight, universe, questy thing for, damn, a couple of days now, and just went to Tuchunka, so first time for that. Never really was popular on Tuchunka, I think Rayne got all those, but hey, figure. Yeah. Very, very dusty. And bloody. Yeah. Didn't get a Krogan headbutt, so winning. Damn it, now let's try one again. Okay, video log was at 357/Acorn, whatever. Okay, edit that in later. Right, so hi extranet. Yes, just went to Tuchunka, been on this for the day now. Going really well. Didn't see any Reapers, so that's a bonus. How that worked in terms of viewing, whether that was cool for you guys, but yeah, I'd say it was a win. Did end up having to fight a clan, so not quite as good. Saw Rayne, so I think that's the first time I've seen her since probably about nearly 2 years now, which was cool. It wasn't the Rayne that I met, it was the Rayne in a different universe. She's cool in that universe, no idea about my universe. Maybe we'll meet her again, maybe not. Oh god, that's weird. Edit that together later. Pi, can I even say that on TV? No? Okay. Okay, look. Truth is I don't make it to air. So far so good. We haven't seen any of the big guys yet. You know, no. Nothing since the concert. We saw some Volus things. day went down fairly quickly. No one died. Someone kind of died this time around. That was okay. That was Krogan, not Reapers, but it was too easy. I'm sorry. It was too easy. Something's not right. I keep having this feeling that something just isn't right, and I don't want to tell anyone because I don't know. Everyone's just so invested right now. But what the hell? I guess that's what confession cams are for. But yeah, well, we're off to some place called Invictus. Never been there. It's tiny and apparently backwater, so that would explain why. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I am at some point expecting to see a big giant Reaper ship. I keep feeling that we should be going back to my universe and to one of the Reapers and going, why the fuck did you not tell us about the fact that you guys have this Reality Collider thing and other Reapers are going to be coming through to try to kill everyone? Because you would have mentioned that. But, yeah, apparently not. Okay, that sucked. Need to go through that in edits, so, yep. Close out for now. Let's try that again later when I'm feeling a bit more focused.
Okay.
That was nice.
And last but not least, we have Arkara.
She's most likely sitting in her room with an audio feed and just sitting in a corner with her pouch of seeds and just thinking out loud, basically. These past few days have been rather odd, I must admit. I never saw that one coming, that's for sure. Right now I'm not even sure who I am anymore. I don't know where I'm going, or I guess I know where I came from now, but it's not what I thought it was. This is gonna take some getting used to. Well, I guess I'm still me, but I don't know what that means anymore. I guess I will have to figure that one out now. At least I sort of have a home to go back to now. That's going to be interesting. Haven't had that for years. But first, I guess it's off to another universe, seeing as we need to close these rifts in the universe, I guess it is. That's also going to be interesting. If I survive this, I might have a home to go back to. I never even figured that. This is a little bit too much to take in, but I guess I'll have to figure it out. I've always figured it out somehow. But yeah, alright. Off to this Invictus place. See what we find there. Once this is over, I can think about who I am and what I'll do then. But yeah, I might actually have a home.
Okay.
Empty.
Yay.
Very nice.
You're the brightest one out of all of ours.
So,
Except for massive, like,
It was pretty positive.
gamma.
Existential angst.
Yep.
as a bonus to you guys' warm-ups, I am going to have you guys tell me which NPC character you want me to make a journal entry for. I want between the five of you, figure out which character you want to get into their head.
Otto!
You want to go? Okay, I have one vote for Otto.
Shields!
Otto Shields.
He's not here.
That would be an interesting
I
one.
know,
Like,
that would be-
that would be interesting. Like his
It would be
journey
interesting.
after being let go from Cicepia.
I know, it's just so out of left field, though. That's the only problem.
Mhm.
You know, I'll just go whatever the majority is, so I'll let you guys pick.
I'd say either Otto or Drimmy for me.
Or Drimmy
Pick
for
one.
I'm just
Okay.
curious if his old man, his old ginger. I haven't had a chance to talk to him about it yet.
It depends on if I should vote as my character or as myself, because myself I want to hear more from Otto, but I know Arkara would get into Meridi's head.
This is more of a player question. This is less of a
Oh, okay.
little less
Then
of an
Otto.
Otto is it more of a player okay.
Yeah.
I guess Otto.
You want
Yeah.
to get
Otto,
okay.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
this will be interesting to hear.
Okay. If it has to
Okay.
be on the show, I'll go auto.
Because I was gonna say I was prepared to do shields, but if you want me to do auto, I'll do auto. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let me see if I can figure out something for auto. Okay.
We'll get the backlash later.
Why did you go for shields?
But in terms of going what our characters would know, I think it should be auto because shields could be potentially great.
True.
Accomplished. Today was a very big day. So many things in Tuchunka were not exactly the way that I imagined to be. The way that the rest of the Krogan there looked at me. I knew that I don't belong. It is strange. I thought that if I were to visit my home world, I would get a better feeling of belonging since I left home. But as I watched how my blood brothers and sisters, more so brothers, treated each other, I'm beginning to doubt how proud I am of being a Krogan. Mother and father taught me many things. Things that those people would find useless, would cause them to believe that I was useless. I was asked not to speak while I was in Tuchunka, and I obeyed and I understood. It still hurt, though, that I was not allowed to be myself. I understand it was for my protection as well as for everyone else. Sadly, that does not let the sting hurt less. When I went to the Citadel, I struggled finding friendship, companionship. I was hoping that by moving to a new place, leaving home, I would finally begin to start fresh, not feel the isolation that I felt back home from all the looks of the other Elcor. A Krogan alone in an Elcor world. I didn't belong in the Citadel, and even amongst creatures of my own kind, I don't belong. Tearfully, the only pleasure I have is traveling with this new group of people. I haven't known them for very long, and sometimes they seem to get into arguments with each other. But strangely, they are as close to family as I have right now. One in particular has been very nice to me. He says he loves my cookies. You weren't expecting that one.
That's funny.
Sorry, apologetically, I feel like I am stalling. The other Krogan there, she also is very nice. But I try to keep my distance for I know that I had tried to reach out to her before. I'm not sure if she actually recognizes who I am completely, but she clearly can take care of herself. And I don't want to impose. Hopefully we can be good friends, at least. There are many recipes that I wish to experiment on while I'm at the ship. Maybe during our travels I can find new ingredients to help towards my dream of opening a restaurant. We shall see. For the time being, I will just continue trying to belong as best as I can. Sincerely, Otto. Those are his thoughts.
That was really cool.
Aww.
He was very vague, and I was trying to do that on purpose, because I think he himself is trying not to be too presumptuous about anything specific. So, okay. So, last we left off, you guys were on the ship, the Endurance. And there was a conversation that I think Cyrus had with, I forgot who.
Anar, I think,
With Anar.
Yeah.
And they left Sync in the med bay. Meanwhile, when you get back to your room, because Rayne had told Elias that she left a little something in your room, there is packaged up. There's a little, package there wrapped in, I guess, a brown wrapping. You unwrap it, and inside are autographed CDs of her latest album, with a note. With a note that says, "I'm so sorry, but I just had to. Enjoy."
Wait, that's it?
That's
it?
it.
Okay, I don't scan for bugs and anything else in the room because I don't believe that for the slightest.
Yeah, roll a
And it makes sense, and it's really cool, but I'm just scanning everything.
Roll a technical, please. Number 21.
That's a 20.
Roll. I think that's a wild die. Yes.
A wild dice. You can roll again.
Wild. It is
23.
22, 23.
Maybe you'll find Cicepia's bugs.
No, I only planted it in a car's room.
Things that you did throughout the entire ship.
You scan a bit in the room, and while you don't see anything in your room, the room itself, the scanner does sense a foreign object of some sort on the ship. Do you try to look for the signal of where the foreign object is? It looks very tiny from the screen.
If it's not in Arkara's room, then absolutely.
No, it's not in Arkara's room.
Then I look for it.
You are going to... The scanner will lead you down into where Anar is. So down in the cargo hold, basically. If that's what it is. And then... Pretty much in the cargo hold, you find on a wall is this very tiny object that looks a lot like a spider. Tiny spider-like thing. If it weren't for the scanner, you probably would have thought it was just a spider. You thought it was an actual insect, but it's metallic in nature.
Is it moving, or is it just like a static? It just looks like a spider just happens to be there.
It does not seem. I mean, currently it's stationary. It doesn't seem to be moving at the moment.
Okay, and I want to see what sort of, is it broadcastingly bugging something? What does the purpose of it seem to be?
You're analyzing the spider from afar before, and you believe it is some sort of bug. It is a bug. There appears to be a signal that it is trying to send. like a video feed onto. I think you did a fairly full scan of the ship, and the last time you did a full scan of the ship, this thing was not on this ship.
Someone's spying on me?
Yeah, that wasn't there. No, because I did a full scan when I first came in.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to go. I'm going to disable that bug.
All right, roll me. I guess would that be hacking? That'd probably be hacking.
That is in a devices roll. Well, it's hacking electronic devices, so
Yes.
Let me just do that.
Oh wow.
And a wild die. And a wild die. Do we need the wild die, or did he meet the?
Okay.
42.
So Matthew, Elias, this tiny device, you are easily able to shut it down, but you've also managed to figure out how to control the bug itself. The craftsmanship of this tiny bug is superbly well done. If you didn't know any better, it seems to be Quarian make. And yeah, you believe this is Quarian craftsmanship somehow. With a 42, I think you're fairly confident that a Quarian made this somehow. And it is mobile. It allows itself to blend in its surroundings and look like your own average spider. In fact, the attention to detail is pretty awesome, because it even has like little hairs that make it look like it's organic, but it's actually a synthetic creature, synthetic being. But yeah, it allows you to basically keep tabs on a room or several rooms of wherever you place it.
I don't know who this is out of character. Can I trace back and see who was trying to control it, or are there too many firewalls in place now?
You aren't going to be able. There are too many firewalls, even with a 42, that you won't be able to know exactly where the signals are going to. However, due to the signatures of it, you are able to pretty much come to the conclusion that this was left here by Rayne.
Oh well.
Sorry, Spells. 42 is a really high number.
I wave at the spider. I wave at the spider, give a thumbs up, and then let the feed go black.
Nice. Very nice. So, I don't know if Anar is reacting to this in any way, because he basically just saw...
He's He's still sitting on the mech trying to issue repairs, and the drone is making its pipsqueak noises.
Okay.
He has a paint repair drone that he nicknamed Pipsqueak, so he'll be. Actually, he wouldn't really be talking when you came in here, and he wouldn't pay you much heed either. He's too busy dealing with his feeds.
So
but like I said, he's still banged up.
So he doesn't even notice that Elias is acting really weird.
He'd probably notice now and probably stare at him, but he wouldn't say anything.
You basically see Elias waving at the wall. Giving a thumbs up and waving at the wall.
He'll probably speak up and ask, something the matter?
Oh, Rayne left us a little present, and she was apparently interested in watching you, so I just took over her bug. It's kind of cute. Look, it moves.
Anar just shrugs and says, "Not much to see, but whatever." And he goes back to his repairs. He doesn't mean to be rude, but if he came up that way, I'm sorry.
Do you need a hand?
Without looking up, he'll say, "No, this one has been repairing its mech for some time." At that moment, he groans and says, "Ouch," and flexes one of his tentacles. Like I said, he's pretty beaten up right now. He's got a couple of bandages around him. He also seems a little bigger due to swelling. Pipsqueak will make some
See one of the doctors.
noises, and then he'll talk to Pipsqueak real quick. Yes, there's still some damage in the bottom left quadrant of the rear. Yes, hop on it. This one will be ready for the next op if that's what you're worried about.
Okay, but if you didn't help, the offer stands.
Of course, this one appreciates it.
See you later, Anar.
He'll wave you. He'll give you a slight wave, but he won't actually say anything. Are you leaving right now?
Yes, I will be heading back up.
All right. Anar will look up and after you leave and give it like a quick stare. Pipsqueak will squeak at him again, and he'll just wave it off to do his thing. He'll then about to go back to his thing until he perks up really somewhat urgently, and then he stares off at one of the walls. And he'll just stand there and listen for a second. And then without warning, he'll just say very sternly, "Shut up." He'll wait. He sits a little bit longer, and then he'll reach down into the mech with a shaky tentacle, and then he'll start pressing some buttons. He'll accidentally hit some windshield wipers that will hit him in the face and be like, "Ow." Push him back down, and then he'll quickly slam his tentacle on the play list button. And then he'll start going back to work very rapidly.
Okay.
End of my scene.
Okay. Meanwhile, while this is happening, there's stuff going on in the kitchen, I see. So, it looks like Arkara is in the kitchen. I thought Cicepia was in the kitchen, too.
Want me back in the... I'll go back in the kitchen.
I thought you were there. Okay.
I was there.
You were having a drink, I think?
Yeah. Looking over some of my data stuff that I've collected throughout my journey.
Okay. At what, oh, the drone is apparently in there as well, for some reason.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Recording.
Otto is cleaning the kitchen, and Cyrus is helping himself to some cookies and milk. I have to tell you, Cyrus says. You, dear boy, these macaroons are fantastic. Thankfully, I am very grateful that you approve, Mr. Cyrus. That's Dr. Lennox, my dear boy. Dr. Lennox. My apologies. What's Arkara doing in this kitchen?
She's sitting in a corner, half drunk.
Half drunk.
I must take up a lot of booze.
And I'm just kind of like sipping on some sort of drink, going through all my data.
It takes an hour a while just because of high stamina, so for you...
I'm stewing in my own thoughts.
She's basically swaying, sitting on a chair in a corner, swaying a little bit and humming to herself and drinking.
Cyrus will approach you and say, "So, I heard you left things pretty well back at your hometown."
Well, I do hope they don't squander the opportunity, but I left the shaman in charge, so hopefully things will go well.
Oh yes, I remember her. She was a fine lady, I thought. She always beat me in chess. Never let me hear that down.
That is so typically her.
And you, Cyrus says as he looks towards Cicepia. I heard you sort of got yourself in a little bit of a messy situation down there.
I did what I thought I was right.
That sounds very vaguely familiar, he says as he picks up another cookie and starts nibbling on it.
Arkara gestures towards Cicepia with the ball. She's almost as fierce as a male Krogan, that one.
I'll take that as a compliment. I'll lift a glass to you.
Otto goes over and he, I guess, he starts cleaning up, the used glasses that are in front of you. Or maybe it's a trough. I don't know how you're drinking all this alcohol to get drunk. Maybe it's a trough. I don't know.
There's probably just a line of
Giant bong
Just
and it's fucking big.
face first into it.
Yes.
I think Majesty has more class than that.
No, she has a little bit more.
Picking up
He's
then.
got a beer hat.
Maybe in references to how much she's drinking.
Oh, man, it's funny.
she's not totally drunk yet, but she's quite tipsy.
Okay.
So does that mean beer hat or no beer hat?
Not at beer hat level just yet. Getting there though.
With concern, Arkara, are you sure you should be drinking this much?
Never
I'll
asked
be
me that.
fine. Just wave it with a bottle in his direction.
Did you wish for more drink? He asks.
She holds up the bottle in front of her face and goes, not yet. There's still some here. I'll be fine for now. I know where the kitchen is. No. Thing is, you know what I mean.
I will brew some coffee just in case, he says, and he goes to brew some coffee. You Krogan should be able to take up a lot of alcohol, I would think. How much would you say it takes for you to get drunk?
Turns around. I am not sure. How many bottles was that? She looks it over. I don't know.
Arkara's so tough she can snort ring call and live.
Pretty much. There probably is some wrinkle in there as well.
Just for color.
Yep.
Well, you know, you've got to distill something in an old gumboot somewhere.
Sink.
Probably added battery acid for flavor.
Not enough taste.
It'll probably take about a day for you
I
guys.
will instantly.
I'm sorry. What's Elias doing?
I will be going to check on Sink.
You will.
He's probably going to go check on Sink at some point.
All right. Let's go ahead. So Elias will go into the med bay and check up on Sink.
I was thinking about doing that too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's Elias start first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well. So how is Sink? Is Sink?
Yeah. Am I awake yet, or?
I mean, I think you can be awake. When you walk in, you see that Sink. You might have thought that he was asleep, but Sink might call out your name when you come in to let you know that he's awake.
I probably won't notice. I'll probably be deep in thought or something when you open the door.
This is the room
Oh,
that
you look
Sink.
better.
This is this room that Sink told you that you can get naked into if you want. Is that what? I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Just saying.
I decided to take you up on your offer.
So what do Quarians wear under their noses?
Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead. So begin the scene again.
Yeah. So you look better than dead.
Yeah. Thanks for saving me back there. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm just glad I remembered enough human medicine to actually know what to do.
I didn't know you kept medicine on you.
Well, I didn't. But your system seemed to have most of it. It was just a matter of deciphering what it was actually saying. That was the hard part.
Wait, what? You hacked into my systems to give me medicine?
No, when you lost out, you had an automated medical thing that popped up.
Automated? That's never happened before.
Yeah, it sounded like a voice activated with buttons sounded a bit sounded an awful lot like Trissy.
What? At this point,
Wait, you didn't know this?
can you keep a secret?
I was gonna say it's probably a bit late now.
Well, at this point, Hark, I guess he'll turn the chest piece and pull out the chip.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'll hold it in front of you, Elias. This isn't an ordinary AI chip. I'll actually hand it to you.
I've actually got skill in AI, so I'm actually going to be going, hang on, this is not a VI.
Yes.
Well, I call it.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I call it
No,
OI.
go
OI.
OI.
It's not artificial intelligence. It's official.
I think he was saying
So what
organic.
is it then?
It's my wife.
Well, yes, I kind of figured that one, but what is it's an imprint of her consciousness or something?
It is her consciousness.
I mean, but wait, you created a synthetic. What did you say, Beatrice?
Well, long story short, me and a friend of mine were avid in research. He came across a version of human immortality, and I came across human evolution. He developed a machine that would turn DNA into binary. And I used it to turn what was left of my life into official intelligence, so that hopefully I could bring her back, which is why I asked for your blood sample when we first met. I figured with your synthesis blood, I could find a way to combine synthetic and organic life to bring her back.
Wait, but she's already synthetic. I mean, you could just reverse. No. See, you can reverse engineer her DNA, but that just makes a DNA clone. It doesn't imprint her memories.
That's what I've been trying to figure out these past few years. Is a way to bring her back, not a clone, but the original. She's never activated in my systems before. Only thing that would ever happen was this lights that would show up in my systems. Other than that, nothing else.
Hang on.
Out of character, by the way, Dylan, is this friend of yours the same friend that I know about in your backstory?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure. It's the same. I'm just making sure it's the same one.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Do you want to try to activate her?
I do and I don't at the same time. You see, last time I did, I've only done it once.
Well, she's already activated once.
It just brings back bad memories.
And?
She's not
Yeah, for you, but she's the one who's being turned off.
Perhaps at another time. I've been through too much today. If you understand where I'm coming from.
I understand where you're coming from, but if this is your wife, if this is the consciousness of your wife, don't you think she deserves to be, I don't know, conscious?
I never thought of it that way before. I guess you have a point. What exactly do you plan on doing?
Well, I can build an isolate. I can take her to isolate and see what she wants to do.
Very well. I think she would appreciate that, and I know a part of me would appreciate that as well.
Do you want to be around for it?
Not at first, if that's okay.
Okay. I'll find a place in the, I don't know, maintenance room. Find me there if you want to. Well, I'll let you know if it works.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Elias. Thank you. And thanks again for saving my life.
Hey, I almost forgot what the symbol, the organic compounds for body was. Don't thank me yet.
Cicepia, did you want to visit Sync as well?
I'll head over.
While Elias is still there, or after he leaves?
I'll wait until after he leaves.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Okay. So
Or
yeah.
you can we can cross paths in the door or something.
There we
Sure.
go.
Yeah, you can cross paths. Go ahead.
like, oh, sorry, was I interrupting anything? How's the captain
no,
doing?
I've got. Physically, I think he's fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
How are you?
Just been stewing in my thoughts lately. Doing alright, I guess, for the most part, I suppose.
Yeah, it kind of shows.
Mm.
Are you gonna be okay?
I hope so. Well.
You need to look out for any more
Hmm?
sitting around in people's chests.
Hmm? What was that?
Do we need to look out for you trying to drop singularities into random people's chests? Outside of your universe, I mean inside your universe, I suppose you might have read.
I mean, just listening to that guy, I mean, no remorse. Even though he didn't kill my Octavius, he's still guilty of too. I don't know how much we can really
And
trust that
apparently
guy.
you're Octavius. Well, in his universe, apparently your Octavius killed his daughter.
Who was working at Cerberus at the time.
Is that
You
so?
remember? I can't imagine how different Cerberus is across different galaxies. I don't know how trusting we can be of this guy, really.
If Tamus had been working for an organization like Cerberus, would you still want to avenge his death? Sorry, if Octavius. Wrong PC. Wrong NPC.
I mean, he was doing
I
his
don't
job.
think it's that simple.
Hmm.
Maybe so was she. Maybe she had one of those random chips in her head. People made into their soldiers.
After seeing how I acted, I just makes me think I'm a lot more incompetent than with the Cicepias. Try to keep myself different, kind of. I've always thought I had kind of a sense of justice,
emotional,
but
maybe.
yeah. Always try to keep it cool.
Vengeance.
Two sides of the same coin, you mean?
Pretty much.
I'll go in and check on him, if that's okay.
Sure. Take care of yourself.
Thanks. You too.
I'm gonna go start work
See you at dinner.
on seeing if I can load Beatrice into an actual system and communicate with her.
Okay.
gonna be honest, this is gonna be interesting.
Well, I'm assuming I have some, basis of doing that, given that I've actually done that before.
It's still gonna be interesting. It's curious.
What?
How are you feeling, Captain?
Cicepia. I'm doing great, thanks. I think my
Good.
systems are starting to slowly come back online, and I'm feeling better than
Yeah.
I did earlier.
We were worried about you. It didn't look like you were coming back.
Yeah, I didn't think I was coming back either.
That's
Listen, I want to thank you for sticking with me, even through all the BS I've given you so far.
I don't know if I did really anything. All I did was try to put pressure on the gun wound with my hood. I mean, try to do whatever I could. Try to keep you from losing as much blood as you were.
And you had no reason to do that. You didn't know me, and I didn't know you. You had no motives to act, but you acted anyway, and I'm grateful.
I'm never one to leave a man behind.
Neither am I. Listen,
Hmm?
once my systems come back online, I'm going to call a conference and let everyone know about my robotic side and how to treat it. I want you to meet me later on this evening after everyone's asleep in my locked room. I have something I need to ask you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
The code.
I mean, conference is going to be very important. I mean, to making sure that that we're able to treat you. Yeah. I should get going. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at Eric's body language because he's like, okay. Yeah, I think I can do that.
I'm so bad at this.
Yep. Cicepia is on.
I'm so bad at this. Like, I'm not trying to be like
I know
weird or.
I know, and that's what makes it so funny. Because we know you don't mean it at all. But the way you say it, the way you deliver it, and it's just Eric's like
Meet
this.
me in the locked room.
Eric's body language just wasn't helping. Because
I have something to ask you. If you know what I mean.
in my locked room
When everyone's asleep.
when everyone's asleep. Wow. Okay.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna send the new bot into there. I'm just gotta go sit in that room, and yeah.
All of a sudden the ratings skyrocket.
Oh darn! Was that? Did you catch that on film? He makes a beeline right to the bedroom. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Right past I forget her name.
Ready.
Reedy, yeah, Reedy. And like just make a beeline right to the room, running right past Reedy.
There we go. Cicepia would be like, do you think you could put on this Octavius mask? Do you think?
Sure, you got a new Omni tool, why not?
There we go. That's another thing for Elias to make the ship. Speaking of Elias, so
sorry, what is?
So speaking of Elias, so you have the OI chip, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Okay. When you're studying the chip, Elias,
I am attempting.
I was gonna say when you're studying the chip,
Go on.
Elias, this is technology that you have never witnessed before. It's fascinating stuff, and you're reading through the code. This is like some of the most intricate looking binary code that you've ever witnessed, because like human DNA is very complicated. It's very complex. In fact, they say that human DNA, more so than virtually any other alien species in the galaxy, is arguably the most complicated, just because humans come in humans are known for coming in such a variety of shapes and colors and appearances, more so than any of the other alien species. So it seems like somebody somehow found a way to essentially digitize the human genome, almost, and then somehow they managed to put it into a chip, and that's kind of this is a procedure. You believe before going on to the procedure that there's a lot of room for error, and if you do something, if you even make one mistake, then bad things can happen. So it's at your own risk to attempt what you're about to attempt.
Yep.